If you ask the average person how Daredevil sees, they'll probably tell you he's like a bat. They think he listens to sounds bouncing off walls to build a picture of his environment. The movies and TV shows often lean into this because, frankly, echolocation is an easy concept for an audience to grasp. But here's the thing, Matt Murdock isn't a bat. He doesn't use sonar. If his powers actually relied on echolocation, half of his incredible close quarters fight choreography simply wouldn't work. Today, I'm going to break down Daredevil's famous radar sense and show why it's entirely different from sonar and why that distinction makes him one of the greatest and most dangerous martial artists in the Marvel Universe. Let's start with a misconception. Echolocation, or sonar, relies entirely on sound waves. An animal or machine emits a noise, that sound wave travels through the air, hits an object and bounces back. The brain then calculates the time it took for the echo to return to determine distance and shape. Here's the flaw with the sonar theory for Matt Murdock. Sound travels at about 343 meters per second. That's fast, but in a chaotic brawl with multiple combatants, gunfire, and shattering glass, relying purely on returning echoes would create massive sensory lag and audio interference. If someone threw a punch while an explosion went off behind him, the acoustic distortion would leave him completely blind, yet he dodges flawlessly. So what is he actually doing? I mean, the clue is right in the name. Radar sense. Radar isn't sound, it uses electromagnetic radio waves. In the comics, the same radioactive isotope that blinded Matt Murdock mutated his brain to actively emit low-frequency electromagnetic waves. His brain generates this energy, and it cascades outward in a 360-degree radius. When these radio waves hit an object, they reflect back to him, mapping the exact mass, density, and spatial positioning of everything in his vicinity. He isn't hearing the room, he's feeling a literal topographic map of his environment intersecting with his mind in real time. It works in a vacuum, it works perfectly underwater, and it works even if he's completely deafened. But the radar is only half of the equation. What makes his combat style so visceral and predictive is how his radar synthesizes with his passively enhanced touch and hearing. Before an enemy even completes a punch, Matt isn't waiting for a sound to bounce off their arm. His skin feels the localized change in atmospheric pressure as their fist displaces the air. He hears the micro friction of their muscles contracting and their heartbeat accelerating. He synthesizes the electromagnetic map of the room with the physical shifts in the air currents. He isn't reacting to where you are, his combined senses tell him exactly where you're going to be. It's a subtle difference, but realizing that Daredevil is essentially a walking, breathing martial arts radar dish, rather than just a guy with really good hearing, completely changes how you view his fights. He's literally dialed into the physical frequency of the world around him. If you like this video and want to see more like it, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.